Welcome back to episode 43 of the Shy Sports Weekly Podcast. We calling this the Michael Wirtz episode.
Oh, you sandbagging son of a bitch. I swear to God, I was thinking of 43s earlier today, and I was just waiting. I was just thinking to myself and waiting when you're going to say Michael Wirtz.
Yeah, he actually didn't pop into my head until right now when I did the intro.
Oh, you sandbagging son of a bitch.
Before we get into numbers, though, I have to plug Rishab from DaWindyCity Productions. We got a nice interview with him coming up on this episode of the show. Talk Bears with him. We had a nice little chat with our buddy.
And, with our buddy?
Yeah. He's our buddy now. He's a recurring guest.
Yeah, but he has to come on whenever we ask him to. No, he was good. He really was. He's very insightful. He knows his shit. He really does. He's good.
Right.
I like shout out him. He's from grew up in the town next to me. So.
And everybody cares where you're from.
Yeah, Crystal Lake, the cornfields, baby.
Everyone was waiting for that one.
Yep.
Hi, what'd you do this weekend, bud?
I did a whole lot of nothing. Went to my parents Friday, hung out, chilled. Was in Lamont yesterday. Didn't go to Huey's, unfortunately. But saw the wedding venue, and I'll tell you what, it's about a block from Huey's. So
nice.
catch me there after. Get my tie wrapped around my neck.
So are you really busy with all kinds of shit like that?
Or not yet.
I mean, he still has like a year and a half.
Yeah.
It's not this July. It's next July.
Can't be that busy. Look at you. You're drinking a Bud Light.
Wearing a cap that looks like it's cutting off circulation to your temples.
Yeah, it's like a tight condom on my head.
That's a great way to describe it. Your condoms also say pit on the front.
Yeah, and my head's also a penis.
So if I had to guess what number you wore in high school for baseball, I would have guessed 43.
You look like a number 43.
No, but it's so obscure that it fits the profile.
Sim Fuckus.
I was number 20. Ride or die. Shout out Corey Patterson.
I love that guy. Hey, if Psalm was in, I don't know if you guys are Harry Potter fans, but if Psalm was in Harry Potter, what house would he be in?
He'd definitely be
Hufflepuff. Yeah.
I don't know what that means, but you both said it in unison so agreeingly that it kind of worries me.
That's actually that's like a great barometer of someone. Should do that professional athletes. Like, all right, like Justin Fields, what house is he in?
He's a Gryffindor.
Oh, see, I'd say he's Slytherin.
No, I'm not prepared to call him Slytherin. He hasn't done anything.
Like he's a stone cold assassin, is what I'm thinking.
He isn't showing a dark side.
If I was a real fucking nerd, I would know what you guys are talking about, but I'm not a virgin, so sorry.
All right, what about Jay Cutler?
I was just going to say, if there's a Bears quarterback who is Slytherin, it's Jay Cutler.
Mm-hmm. I agree. Yeah, all right, here, this is a good one. Rex is in Ravenclaw.
Yeah, he's Ravenclaw, for sure.
Oh, that's a great. I'm gonna have to tweet that one out after this. What Harry Potter house would the following quarterbacks be in?
Yeah.
Fuck, dude. I wish I knew how to like set up a blog. I'd start blogging.
Let's just do that next episode.
I'll literally do it for you tomorrow.
You'll blog for me?
I'll set up a Squarespace blog site for free.
No, next episode, just come with like a list of active NFL players or former. Don't really care. And we'll just assign houses to these guys.
Okay. But
yeah, that's a new segment. We'll get Harry Potter and Harry Potter World or whatever. There's not even Disney. I was going to say Disney World, but there's no way they're Disney. What are they? What's Harry Potter? What studio? I don't know. We digress. Number 43, Michael Wirtz. What'd you say?
I don't even know what I just said.
Sounded like you said bumblebees.
Bumblebees.
Oh, fucking.
All right, I'll start off. I'm gonna go, and you already mentioned Michael Wirtz. I'm gonna go. Ooh, shit. I'm gonna go number 43 with the Bears, Chris Harris.
Oh, nice. See, and
that's actually one. That's the only one I knew, and I didn't even look it up.
Impressive. Somewhat confusing because there's also a Chris Harris who's a defensive back in the NFL right now. I think.
Number 43. By the way, Harry Potter was Warner Bros. So we can end that debate or that.
Thanks for fact checking that.
Yep.
All right, I'll go Dennis Eckersley.
Dennis Eckersley. Yeah, before Dennis Eckersley, before he was Dennis Eckersley.
Mhm.
All right, I'm gonna go. I need you to look this next guy up right now. Number 43 for the Hawks, Victor Swedberg. Victor Swedberg.
I don't need to look him up. I know exactly what he looks like based on his.
You want to talk about a guy whose head looks like a penis? That guy's head looks like a penis.
Oh my god. I'm looking.
VIKTOR for the listeners at home. Please look at this. Look at his head. Look at his hockey reference page. The top of his head. Victor VIKTOR Svedberg SVEDBERG. His head's a penis. He's 6'8", 230. My favorite part, my first memory of Victor Swedberg was when I was in 2015 at Game 6 after the Hawks clinched the cup. Not a big deal. This guy has never seen a second of ice time. Never made his debut in the regular season playoffs. He's skating around with the fucking cup because he's like just with the team the whole ride.
He absolutely looks like he should be in the cast of Austin Powers, like hanging out with Dr. Evil and Mini-Me.
I'm gonna say he gives me like Voldemort vibes.
Yeah, that works too. You're really
like
you
it's that
watch
same
Harry Potter
pasty
recently, or
white skin.
What's the deal?
He's just
No,
grotesque.
I said, have you watched Harry Potter recently, or what's all the references?
No, I haven't. But it'll be on here. He'll be on ABC
Hermione
Family
on
in
his
like a week,
mind.
I'm sure.
All right, I'm seeing Brandon Sott is number 43.
Hey, want to circle back to Lamont for a bit? Hermione Granger, Emma Watson. She was dating some kid who went to my high school. Swear to God.
And Demi Lovato went to fucking rehab in
Rehab down the block from me. Yeah.
So I thought that was
Lamont.
Kesha.
Both.
No, Kesha has never been in rehab. I don't think, has she?
You say Brandon Saad for 43?
Yeah.
Oh, damn. Yeah, he wore it for like a hot second. I think it was in 2012, his first year. Shit.
Hey, Kyle.
I'm just going back to the Cubs.
If you saw every Blackhawks player from 2005 to current, if you saw them walking down the street, would you be able to pick them all out from a crowd?
Are you asking me or Max?
You, not Max.
Every single player? No.
A fun game for Kyle would be to just flash up a face from like 2010 to 2020 of the Blackhawks, and then you just like start speeding it up. And then he just names as many names as he can.
I love it.
That'd be
Ryan said something to me yesterday about you being able to being able to recognize any Hawks player or something.
That'd be a great segment for a podcast.
I wonder if we know anyone with a Chicago sports podcast we can do that on.
Oh, that'd be good. All right, my last 43, and then Max, you got to find the Bulls and a Hawks one because I'm just not looking. I'm gonna go Jesse Chavez.
Oh, nice.
Jesse
I looked for Bulls ones. Honestly, the three names that I saw, never heard of the guy. So
let's hear them.
No, we're gonna pass on the Bulls.
Give me one of the names.
All right, let me go back to the list.
Oh, never mind. Fuck that.
It was Corey something, and
Corey
it's
Brewer.
not Corey Maggette or Brewer.
All right, here I'll go number 43 for the Sox. I just looked it up. Damaso Marte.
Nice. Yep.
Yup.
Yep.
For a second in my head, I was getting Damaso Marte confused with Octavio Dotel.
No, I think he's 48.
Just no.
No, that's not. They're two different people.
How about we close it out with Danny Farquhar,
Oh,
Lord Farquaad,
also known as Lord Farquaad?
it's a. You've seen his story before, right?
Yeah.
He's got a decent story, decent guy. Kind of crazy. Ty? You got Shrek on the mind, Lord Farquaad over here?
big Shrek guy, dude. People people forget that.
Who doesn't love Shrek, honestly?
When I went to Andy's bachelor party in Scottsdale, on the flight there, I watched Shrek.
Which one? 1, 2, or 3?
Southwest only gives you the first option.
Well, that's the best option. So shout out Southwest.
Yeah, I mean,
2 is solid.
I honestly, what would you say is like the best movie that's not the original movie? Like, are there any series that have better movies that aren't the first movie? Like
Dark
Harry
Knight.
Potter.
Dark Knight
I would say
Rises.
Harry Potter. There's better ones besides the Sorcerer's Stone. Like I love the Order of the Phoenix or
Yeah,
the
but
Goblet
there's
of Fire.
literally 8 of those movies.
I
What
know that's
I mean, the Batman ones, like those just progressively got better.
Oh, but those don't. I mean, yeah, they do play off each other, but they almost kind of the storylines aren't like needle deep, like connected.
Yeah.
Like not that Toy Story 2 is that much better, but I'd say almost dude, Toy Story 2 might be better than the original Toy Story.
You're in my wheelhouse now. Toy Story 2 was legit.
Yeah, with
all the Toy Stories are really good though.
With the cowgirl Jessie and Al's Toy Barn.
Pistol Pete.
You know what? I think that's our answer right there. Is Toy Story.
Actually, no, they call him Stinky Pete. That's what it was.
No, is it Stinky Pete? Yeah, in the box. Oh wait, that's I know for a fact it's Stinky Pete because that movie came out what, like 2000, early 2000s probably. Yeah. We used to call in Chicago, my old ass neighbor. He's just old Polish guy who literally had no teeth. We just call him Stinky Pete to his face. He spoke no English. Stinky Pete. We called his wife Mrs. Baldwin because neither of them had fucking teeth, and they would just rattle off Polish at us.
Hilarious that's how you
made that connection.
Associated that.
Yeah, he kind of looked like
a drug.
Anyways, we digress. All right, so we're jumping into on this days then, Ty?
Yeah, you got it, bud.
All right. So February, like I said, I guess I said to you guys beforehand, February is always a little lighter just because it's only Bulls and Hawks, and if they suck, people don't really enjoy it. But here's a couple. So this one is from February 12th, 2015. The Bulls beat the Cavs behind 30 points from D Rose. So at this time, when I posted this 2 years ago, I think the Bulls were on a 20-game win streak when they played on TNT. How crazy is that?
20-game win streak playing on TNT.
They should have signed a contract with TNT.
The TNT Bulls, I think it honestly got up to like 24 games. Yeah, it was, I swear to God, it was every time. And they'd be on there and and think when they were on there like in 13 and 14, most of that time, Derrick Rose wasn't in the lineup. He was injured. Yep. So a majority of those games, or at least a good chunk of those games over those 2 years were without Derrick Rose. It's crazy. Like the TNT Bulls is such a phenomenon.
It's an era.
It's one of those gambling things where it's like, all right, if they're on Thursday and you're going to bet the Bulls, make sure they aren't on TNT.
You hate to be the guy that bets the house on the Bulls, like in the 25th game or whatever on TNT.
Oh, I know. But it's almost one of those things. Like I knew about that at that time when the Bulls were on TNT. Shit, even still now when the Bulls are on TNT, I'll throw a couple bucks on them. I don't know why. It makes no sense, but it's like the TNT Bulls. They're just a different team when they play on TNT.
Maybe it's just because I don't really follow basketball at all, but I feel like Joakim Noah from that time doesn't get the love he deserves. That dude was a fucking dog.
He was pretty sick. I feel like he's pretty well renowned in Chicago, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're saying he doesn't get enough love?
And like I said, it's probably just because I don't follow the basketball world, so I don't see it. But when people talk,
there was one year where he was like, I want to say he was like 5th in MVP voting.
Oh yeah.
Did he ever win a Defensive Player of the Year? Ty, can you look that stat up?
Sure, he was in the conversation regularly.
Defensive Player of the Year?
Yeah, just look him up. Would you say he is top 5 hair in Chicago all time?
Ooh.
Yes. Look at that yawn. Great for a podcast. Holy shit.
That was me filibustering right there.
2013 to 2014. Voted Kia NBA Defensive Player of the Year.
Yeah, see, there it is. Best number 13 in Bulls history.
I don't know if I'd say that hair is great. That hair is kind of gross.
Yeah, we digress. Here, I'll leave you last Joakim Noah thought. Would you put his number in the rafters, number 13?
No.
Ty?
I don't feel like my say is really relevant here, but
it's not.
I would.
It's not, but we want to keep you involved.
Yeah, and I appreciate you for that, but
no, my opinion in the NBA, like if your name's gonna be hanging next to Michael Jordan and Scottie Pippen, you got to earn that spot.
Yeah, hey, we're not the fucking Memphis Grizzlies out here, all right?
What,
they retired Zach Rudolph's jersey before he was even retired.
Zach Randolph?
what did I say? Rudolph? Is it Randolph?
Yeah.
The big lefty, number 50.
That
Lefty,
wimpy
lefty.
reindeer.
You want to talk about a guy being what did you call him? A power bottom? That guy had a thick ass. He would just box people out. You just throw his ass in a circle and the paint gets 25 for you.
Oh man.
Oh shit. All right. This one's from Valentine's Day, 1990. So this is obviously a little bit before our time, but Max, I'd like your take on this. So after his number 23 jersey was lost, Michael Jordan was forced to wear number 12 without his name on the back in Orlando. In this game, how much, I don't know if you heard me when I said it before, how much did, or how many points did Jordan drop in that game?
Just less than 50.
Just less.
49.
49. How are you? So I was looking up earlier how this jersey being stolen, or being stolen is how it eventually ended up, or the result ended up being, but how it came to be that Michael Jordan was wearing number 12. So like I said, on Valentine's Day, the Bulls had a game at the Magic, but hours before the game, his jersey was stolen and the Bulls training staff couldn't replace it. So they gave him a blank number 12. That's actually not a bad number to get. Like if you're going to get a blank jersey, number 12, like it could be number fucking 43.
Kirk Heinrich.
Yeah, seriously. He was Kirk before Kirk.
But why didn't they have just a blank number 12 jersey is the question.
No idea, but this is actually wild. So entering the I'm reading this wrong. Pardon me. So in the game, he scored 49 points, like we said. He took 43 shots.
Wow.
That's the second most shots that have ever been taken in an NBA game.
Do you have a shooting percentage?
6 for no, I don't, but we can look that up here in a second.
That's on some Russell Westbrook number shit. Fucking 40 shots a game.
It's wild. Do you think Jordan was happy or pissed that his number 23 got stolen?
Probably didn't care because he was going to get another one the next day.
No, he said no. He was pretty pissed actually. Said it's pretty irritating because you're accustomed to certain things. You don't like to have things misplaced. In the article, it says Jordan is very visibly frustrated, stating that sentence.
So like that he's gonna shoot the ball 43 times.
This guy literally just said, "Fuck it, I don't have my jersey. Nobody's getting the ball." I think one of his fucking his teammates stole it.
Imagine that happening in today's world. You would literally have a jersey stitched up in 30 seconds.
Well, that's kind of what I was thinking too. How the hell could they not get a jersey ready for him? By the way, his shooting percentage, he went 21 for 43. He made 0 threes.
Damn, it's even more impressive.
20, yeah. Okay, so that's not as bad as I was expecting. 21 for 43 is not bad.
It's almost
48%. 48.8%.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's wild.
Well, it's not like he missed a ton of shots and was getting to the free throw line or whatever.
Let's see how many. He had 7 free throws, so yeah, that makes sense. 21 gets to 42 plus 7, 49. Thanks for coming. Keep the change. All right, I'll give you this. I'll leave you with this last one. If you had your jersey number stolen, or like if you before a baseball game or something, if what's your mindset going? Like, what the fuck? What would you be thinking?
Honestly, I'd get over it pretty quick. Like, why would you care?
No, why the fuck would anybody steal somebody else's jersey?
I mean, if you're Michael Jordan, it probably makes a little more sense. Someone stole my jersey, I would just start laughing.
You probably just wouldn't fucking play.
Yeah, actually, yeah.
They just like, oh, fuck this kid. Oh, that's perfect. Oh shit. All right, last one. So this isn't Chicago specific. This is USA hockey specific, but Chicago's in the USA, so it counts. This is February 15th, 2014.
Can you fact check that?
What, the date?
That Chicago's in the USA.
What, the date?
It's like, yeah, I mean, if you need me to, I think Kyle's on top of it though, dude.
Oh, Jesus. No, Jesus time.
The best part is anytime Psalm says that he will fact check something, he never comes back with an answer.
I know.
I'm not a fan. I just told you about Joe Kim Noah, bro. What do you want? You get one fact check per fucking episode.
That is true. He did.
It's like a challenge flag.
Yeah.
If you don't
Gets
use
one
it, you
game
lose
now.
it.
That's facts. All right. So February 15th, 2014, in the Winter Olympics, TJ Oshie becomes Captain America. He goes like 7 times during the shootout. It was absolutely bonkers. They beat Russia. It was like a 7 a.m. game because those Olympics were in Sochi. Ty, you said you were in a computer lab watching this game. Max, where were you? You remember watching this game?
No, but I remember seeing like highlights on Twitter and stuff, and it being like a thing.
I remember I was at Red Lion at U of I with Fat Dick, and we were just going bonkers. And I mean, we probably went to bed at like 2:30, got to that bar at 6:30 for the 7 a.m. game. They opened early for that. Just
I was gonna say, there's no way that you were there for the game, but you might have been
for the USA game.
Yeah.
Hell yeah! Are you kidding me?
So they had to straight up have opened the bar just for that game.
Yeah, they did. Because the game, I think, like I said, it was at 7 a.m.
Yeah.
Panic attack and all. First thing I did when I went to bed is took a Xanax. First thing I did when I woke up was took another Xanax.
And then placed a $300 bet on Team USA.
-1.5. That ain't over. Yeah, that's just one of those crazy games that was like.
You'll never forget.
I'm saying I'll never forget, like the type of games that you'll never forget where you were when you watched it. But of course, you fucking idiots didn't even watch it. It's terrible.
I've never been much of a hockey guy my whole life.
I still don't think you were in a computer lab either, considering it was 7 a.m.
I very well may not have been, but I for some reason I vaguely remember being in a lab. Maybe it was like another game during that Olympics that I
like I said, his lab was he just had porn blasting on surround sound.
Yeah, I was in the lab working out here grinding, dog.
Different type of lab.
Working one out.
Kind of grinding.
Different type of grinding. But yeah, that's what we got for the On This Days this week. Let's hop into our gambling picks and then we'll send it over to Rishab. How about that?
Yep, I like that.
All right, so on the season here, do we have I laid out the betting totals last week, but Max is 6.5 games behind us. I don't know the exact numbers. I just know he's 6.5 games. So we're gonna do 7 bets. And if me and Ty win any of those bets, Max is fucked. So
I'm just gonna say, last week we said we were gonna do 10 bets, but I'll take 7.
You want to do 10 bets? Do you have 10 lined up?
It was talked about.
I got 6. I thought we were doing 6.
Yeah, I'm 6. I have 6 right now.
Yeah.
But then I remember we were saying we're gonna do 7, so let's do 7.
All right, we'll do 7.
Fine.
We'll do one. I'll do an over under. Or I'll do a total. Or pardon me, a spread. All right, I'm gonna start here. We're going 3 props, 3 pregame or postgame props, and then 3 in-game props, or 4 in-game props. Pardon me, 4 in-game props. Does that work?
Yeah.
So I have something like that. Yeah, sure.
4 or 3, either way, you get the picture. All right, so I'm going tails.
Okay.
Tails on the coin toss.
Yeah.
It's been 5-5 the last 10 years. Tails never fails.
Gotcha.
Ty?
I'll just go then. I'm gonna go first play from line of scrimmage to be a run.
Damn, what are the odds on that?
I didn't even look.
Probably like -500.
Yeah, it's probably not great odds.
No shot, dude. I would take that.
No, yeah. No, right. I'm saying it's probably not
No,
gonna pay
I'm
out.
saying -500, like.
Yeah, it's not gonna pay you anything.
Right, but I mean, it wouldn't be fair for you to take that in this sense, is what I'm saying.
It's not.
Yeah,
That's I
But
don't know.
it's not.
It's
It's probably close to even, honestly.
Yeah, I'd say it's probably like I would almost say it's plus money.
Yeah, it could be.
It's probably close to even. So you're good. All right, Max.
All right, I'm going tails as well.
All right. Well, you can't take any of the same bets as me now. Or you just fucked yourself.
What do you
You
mean?
have to take heads.
Am I down both?
So if tails loses,
I thought I was only trailing the song.
Oh, that's right. No, because me and Ty are
We're
tied.
tied. We're
Oh, okay.
tied.
Give me heads.
I like heads.
And there he is.
And that's how you get the heads.
That's how you
That's how
get
you
some
make. That's how you
heads.
make a Super Bowl bet.
Oh, Jesus Christ. I am going under on the national anthem of 95 seconds. This
Rookie
lady,
mistake.
Michelle Guyton, is that her name? Guyton? Is that how you pronounce it? I don't even know if her first name's, I don't even know if that's her name. But I read an article that she sang the anthem somewhere for Memorial Day, and she sang it in 76 seconds.
What?
Yeah, so
He's just gonna rip through that thing, huh?
Ripping and a tearing.
Well, shit. I had
Sources.
the over. I had the over.
You could still take the over.
I'm gonna take it still.
Maybe a little nerves. Maybe she wants to, impress a large audience. You never know.
I'm gonna fade Kyle here.
Over anthem. There you go. Max.
All right, I'm going Joe Burrow over 273.5 passing yards.
Okay. I like that.
Fair.
Joe Shiesty.
So this one I know this is plus odds, but I'm gonna go Super Bowl MVP Joe Burrow.
Wow. I mean, you're playing with house money, but
exactly.
Might as well take a fun one like that.
I'm going Super Bowl MVP Joe Burrow. In a losing effort. No, I'm kidding.
I'm gonna go with the jersey number to score the first touchdown. The number on that jersey will be over 9.5.
Ooh.
So no Chase.
No OBJ.
No OBJ.
Neither quarterback.
Up, yes.
Cup.
In the running backs, obviously.
And the running backs.
Yeah.
Or I don't know, a tight end.
What are the odds on that? Do you know?
I do not.
You came prepared.
Yeah, I did. Hey, I'm the one that had my picks ready to roll.
See, all right. So that pick that he just made has to be one that's like minus 400.
Find the odds on that.
Do you agree?
I just Googled. Do you?
Yes. I mean, there's basically like two players then, right, on the other side of the coin there, or three.
Yeah, but it's like
jersey
two of the best
number.
players.
Let's see, jersey number of first. Oh my God.
Listen,
Super Bowl.
I literally just Googled Super Bowl prop bets, and I was trying to make it fun for all and come up with something.
No, you're fine.
Unique.
I'll give it to you. You're good.
What's it at?
I don't know, but I'm looking it up.
It's going to be like minus 500.
I mean, I can't find it anywhere, so I guess we'll go with it until we find it.
That's fine, because my next one's going to be a plus bet, so it all
Okay.
evens out in the end.
Not really, but okay. Not in this case.
Doesn't matter. Max is
So-
drinking milk, dude.
Yeah, that's at the end of the day. That's what's happening. I'm going to go Jamar Chase anytime touchdown.
Like that.
Okay.
I don't love it. I am going Jamar Chase under 78.5 receiving yards.
Okay.
I'm gonna go.
First play of the game, rush attempt is minus 144.
That's fine.
It's close enough.
Whatever. We'll give it to him.
I'll even it out right here. Cooper Kupp first touchdown.
Okay.
So Ty's just hedging his bets there.
He's plus
I'm
550.
doubling down on my bets.
Oh, you're saying Cooper Kupp. There you go. I was gonna say Ty just fucked you. He just hedged his bets against himself to fuck Max. Oh, that's good.
You don't think I will?
Cooper Kupp first tutty.
Yeah.
All right. I'm gonna go Joe Burrow passing yards over as well. 273.5.
All right.
Max,
You
how
just
come I only
skip
have,
Max. You skipped him just now.
I did. I was about to say, Max, how come I only have 3 of your picks? What's your
So, all right. So we're doing. Fuck it. I'm going. What are the Bengals right now? Are they plus 4?
Or minus. Oh yeah, plus 4.
plus 4.5?
I'll take the Bengals plus 4.5.
Okay. Finish here on a strong note. Like I said, I have Burrow over passing yards. Ty.
I'm gonna go Rams -4.5.
Oh,
Giving Max a chance here.
I'm gonna go Joe Mixon under rushing yards, 62.5.
Ooh, I don't like that.
You're not like my next pick either, then.
Is
Did
it
you
back to
skip
me?
Max again?
Did I just skip Max again? Am I going after Max? Fuck. All right, Max, give me 2 picks here.
All right.
All right, Ty.
Team to commit the first accepted penalty. The Rams.
Okay.
Oh, you're talking penalties.
I love these. All right, one of you guys.
I'll just go, dude. Joe Burrow over 12.5 rushing yards.
That's what his total's at?
That's what I had seen, yes, on FanDuel.
That's -1 million.
First beer commercial,
No.
Budweiser.
Is that what you want?
Yeah, I don't even know if that's what the odds are on that, but yeah.
All right, first beer, Budweiser. All right, and I'm saying Gatorade bath is orange for the head coach.
All right, I'll stick with the Gatorade theme, but I'm going yellow.
Ooh, dirty birdie. All right, Max.
I feel like Gatorade's going to be a neutral color, so I'm going to go red.
Yep, that's a neutral color. All
It's
right.
the primary one.
Any predictions for the game? Who do you got winning?
Well,
Ty's got Rams, but give us a score prediction.
sheesh. I'd go like Rams.
I'm going 28-24 Rams.
I was gonna say like 27-21 Rams.
28-24 Rams. It's going to go down to the last drive.
Like
gonna be a
it.
good
Yeah, I'm
game.
going to say, man, Bengals 26, Rams 24.
Wait, real quick before we sign off, did you see that kid 2 weeks ago in the championship round?
Yes.
Who parlayed the exact score of the two games.
Yeah.
I think he
$20
threw like a $20 credit on that.
Yeah. He won 579,000.
That's fucking
That's
stupid.
insane.
I mean, come on now. What are we doing? That's phenomenal.
Why
Good
aren't we
for that
betting?
guy.
Why aren't we placing exacta bets every time?
So that apparently that kid's like 18 years old and he's studying abroad. So he texted his dad to put that bet in, and his dad did it, and he won that money. Like,
Everything.
How crazy is that?
Jesus.
That is absolutely insane.
All right. On that note, anything else, or do you want to send it to Rishab?
No, let's send
over,
it to the
dude.
interview.
All right. All right, folks. We have a special guest here. We have Rishab from the Windy City Productions. Rishab, how you doing?
Doing pretty good. Thanks for having me on, guys.
So we got to ask, how did you, I mean, your account's phenomenal. When did you start it? Why did you start it? Give us the background about it.
Yeah, so I started my YouTube account. I think it was 2018, 3 years ago. So pretty much why I started it was because I was bored in college during spring break and I had like nothing else to do that week. So figured why not just throw together some clips and make like a hype video for the upcoming Bears season, right? Because we hired like a bunch of new people. Like I was excited about Matt Nagy back then. Not anymore, obviously, but we got a bunch of players, you know, obviously traded for Khalil Mack and all. So I was pretty excited back then. So I started that YouTube channel just with that hype video, and it kind of blew up out of nowhere, just unexpectedly. It got like 90, 100,000 views. And I was like, oh shit, I might as well keep on making these videos. So that's pretty much how it started, like out of nowhere back in 2018. So I just kept on making videos, highlight videos, started doing, you know, analysis videos, discussion videos, stuff like that. And then over the years, it's just kind of grown. I've just been covering the Bears and their seasons, and started my Twitter account a few years ago, and that's been taking off too. So kind of just unexpectedly, but I just give my thoughts on the Bears and all. So
Nice. So it's basically a show at this point on YouTube.
Yeah.
yeah, it started out as a show really on YouTube. Like that's that's where I started back in 2018, and then I got my Twitter account like 2 years ago or something like that.
So do you edit videos in your day-to-day work, or is it just a hobby?
Nah, dude, it's just a hobby. Like, I don't have any training in editing videos. I pretty much learned everything from YouTube and just like, doing stuff. So,
Yo, what platform are you using to edit? Because I need to figure it out for this shit right here.
Yeah. So I use Final Cut Pro on Apple.
Yeah.
So I use Final Cut Pro. It works really well with my MacBook.
I need to get a newer Mac.
It's a nice plug right there.
I got my computer's too old. I can't download it. So
yeah, definitely
that one out.
He's working with a Dell over here. Just a Dell computer.
I got a Mac from like 2007.
Yeah. I'm sure. But no, your page is phenomenal. Honestly, I love the hype videos. I think I first saw it. This had to be like 2 or 3 years ago. And it might have been for the start of the 2019 season. Because did they play the Packers the first game?
Yeah, they did.
Yeah. That's when I saw it. I was like, I honestly thought it was the Bears video staff putting that out there.
Who doesn't love a good hype video? Like, no matter how old you are, you could just always sit there and watch a hype video and get pumped up.
Yeah. How long does it take you to make these hype videos?
Long ass time, man. I mean, getting the clips usually sucks because I don't have direct access to the clips. I kind of have to like search on the internet for.
You're just grabbing them from YouTube?
Yeah, dude. YouTube, Twitter, NFL Game Pass too. I have subscription to that, so I can like go back from the games and like get individual clips. So I'll say like my normal average video would take maybe like 14 hours, 15 hours.
Wow.
Yeah, dude. It's all for like 2 or 3 minutes of like footage. So it's a lot of work, but like it usually turns out pretty well. So it's
that better make your followers appreciate it even more.
Yeah, 100%.
No kidding.
100%.
I'm watching the Justin Fields one that you have pinned on your Twitter account right now. This one's pretty good.
Yeah, thanks. That one was a lot of fun to make because that was probably the best draft pick the Bears have ever made, like in my opinion at least. So making a video for that was pretty cool.
What's in the can? What do you have next?
So as for hype videos or just like in general?
No, just for hype. I guess we'll do both. What for hype videos first?
Yeah, so for hype videos, depending on what moves the Bears make this offseason, like I don't know, like any players we acquire, any draft picks we make, I'll probably make hype videos for those guys. And then in general, I've been making videos like breaking down all the hirings the Bears have made recently on their staff. We have a like brand new staff now under a new head coach, new GM too. So yeah, pretty much just making daily videos talking about stuff going on with the Bears and occasional highlight videos too.
Yeah. Any chance you're gonna make a hype video for Matt Nagy being fired?
Just a compilation of his worst plays. A lot of screen passes and like third and longs with checkdowns.
Yeah, I actually, dude, when we first hired Matt Nagy, I made a hype video for him just of his like arena football highlights, and that was fucking pretty funny. If you can find it on YouTube, just look up like Matt Nagy hype video. That's the first video that pops up.
I'm gonna find it. I'm gonna post it.
Like you weren't alone. Like I think everyone was excited about the hire.
Well, yeah, of course. Why would you not be excited about the hire? Do you see like what the critics were saying?
Yeah, just like I'm blindly excited about this one.
Yeah. I feel like people were less excited about this one though, which makes me feel like it's gonna work out just because there's no hype around it.
Yeah. So let's get into that. So of the 6 head coach hirings so far, and we're taping this on Friday, February 4th. Matt Eberflus is the only one who isn't an offensive-minded coach. What are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I mean, I was preferring for us to go with an offensive-minded guy. Like I wanted Brian Dable or Byron Leftwich, but I'm not mad at this because the staff that he's built so far is actually pretty good. Like we got one of the top minds from the Packers. He's hired really good assistant coaches for the receivers coach and offensive line coach and all. So it definitely does worry me a little bit because I would still prefer an offensive guy, but you don't necessarily need an offensive guy to like develop a young quarterback, right? Like Lamar Jackson has, John Harbaugh. Sean McDermott has Josh Allen. It's worked like a lot of times. So if you get the offensive
Staley and Herbert too.
Yeah, Staley and Herbert too. So if you get the right offensive coordinator, it doesn't matter at all. And I think it's a pretty good, like he's a good leader of men overall, where I feel like Matt Nagy wasn't necessarily that down the stretch.
Wait, so I love that you said that because I said the same thing.
Yeah, where did you hear that from?
This podcast.
Because we were talking about it on last podcast, and me and Max were both saying like the phrase specifically "leader of men" is like phenomenal, and that's what
it's the title of our last podcast episode too.
Seriously,
is it?
Yeah, that was the title of the podcast episode.
Yeah.
Just, when you listen to him in the press conference, like it feels like you're getting what's advertised. Like there's nothing sugarcoated or hidden behind his words. Where as like towards the end of Matt Nagy's tenure, you feels like you couldn't believe a word he was saying.
Oh yeah, I mean he's also experienced too. Like he's like 50 something now, and Matt Nagy only had like 1 year calling plays before we hired him. So,
is it true? Right. I mean, and by the time this is going to be released, people will probably know. But is it true Nagy's going to the Lions?
nah, dude. I wish it
was that
true.
like just that was a hoax?
No, it was, dude. Somebody wrote an article like suggesting that, and I don't know why people are taking that seriously, as if that's like it was just a suggestion for what the line should do.
Oh, it wasn't gospel or anything like that.
No, it wasn't like any real rumor or anything. I would be down for that, obviously, facing Matt Nagy's offense twice a year, but
yeah,
Lions aren't that. I think he might go to the Jaguars though, because they hired Doug Peterson, one of his best buddies. So maybe quarterbacks coach or something like that.
And he's just gonna fuck up Trevor Lawrence down there.
Yeah.
Can't make that situation much worse than it was last year.
That's true.
I do. To your point about Getsy, though, that seems like I was pretty happy about that hire. Anytime you take someone from the Packers and that offense, like that's just automatically going to feel good.
Yeah, and like all the other coaches he got with him too, like Tyke. I think Tyke Tolber was his receivers coach. Yeah, and Chris Morgan for offensive line. All these guys have worked in like the Shanahan type of offense. So like we're getting continuity now in the offensive coaching staff. And I know Luke Getsy hasn't called plays before, so that's kind of worrisome. But every smart coach is like kind of first time play caller at some point, right? So I think it could work.
So I guess
really well.
Dummy this down if you can. So like what type of offense or what can we be expecting more of from the Bears offense and with Justin Fields under center?
Yeah, sure. So based on like stuff I've been reading, it's a lot more long developing plays going down the field. Matt Nagy's entire offense was pretty much short and intermediate stuff, which that's not what Justin Fields is like the best at doing. So that's kind of why it failed. It was like a bunch of curls, a bunch of slants, stuff like that. But this offense is kind of based more on like Shanahan, Joel Moorhead style of offense. So longer plays going down the field, play action, 11 personnel, and probably like a lot of running, with Justin Fields taking advantage of his ability to like run and throw on the run. So those are probably the main things. And then otherwise, I think that's just the main part about his offense, right? Just taking advantage of his ability to throw deep and run as well.
Is there still going to be a heavy emphasis on running the ball? I mean, when you look at Shanahan's 49ers offense, Jimmy G's not the best quarterback and they use a lot of play action, but their main focus is running.
No, yeah, I think it's definitely still going to be a focus on the run. Like that's why he's kind of mixing like the Joe Moorhead offense at wherever it was, like Mississippi State, Penn State, with the Shanahan offense. At least in my opinion. I mean, we don't know what he's actually going to do, but that's probably what he's going to do. So there should be a lot of running, a lot of zone running with Dave Montgomery, which that should be a good thing for the Bears because we have two really good running backs now. And then Justin Fields obviously can run with the football too. So expect like, I guess, bunch of quarterback runs too, hopefully.
So what do you think they're going to do at receiver?
It's tough to say, man, because I don't think Allen Robinson is coming back. Like I would think he might, like Ryan Poles might reach out to see where his head is at, but seems like he doesn't want to be here. Right? Like even his wife is like, she's like always posting on Twitter talking about like Soldier Field and all. Like their entire family just feels like they're done with Chicago. So I can't see A-Rob coming back. Darnell Mooney is obviously coming back, third year now. Daz Newsome is also under contract, but aside from that, we have pretty much nobody right under contract. So I think that the biggest free agency spending is definitely going to be on receiver, either one or two, maybe one splash acquisition and then another like smaller one. Or I could see us also using our first pick number 39 on a receiver too, because this year's class has like a lot of good receivers, right? So one of them is probably going to slip down to 39 where we could pick one of them.
It sucks Chris Godwin had that injury because I was honestly thinking about him as a potential target for them.
He could still be a target though, because I think I was reading like he's expected to be back around like September, October-ish. So he might miss like the first month or so, but I mean, you'd probably
be able to get him at a discount even.
Yeah, I mean, possibly because
we signed A-Rob off his torn ACL.
Yeah, we did, and that worked out pretty well for the first couple of years. So yeah, if we get him at a discount, maybe I don't know what a discount would be, but I think it's possible. Even Michael Gallup too. He had, I think, a similar type of injury. So
yeah, that was gruesome. You're saying at pick number 39, you think the Bears could could potentially take a receiver. But then you said before how in this offense, it's a lot of, longer developing plays. Do you think drafting an offensive lineman in that spot, or I should say building a stronger offensive line from where it is now is a high focal point?
Yeah, it definitely could be, but I also feel like free agency might be where we spend our money on offensive line, because you kind of feel like Poles wants to get more proven guys on the offensive line, because we already have, younger guys with potential in Tevin Jenkins and Larry Borum. So now with the interior, you probably want to fill that up with like more proven guys like Ryan Jensen from the Buccaneers, or some guard that's out there. Maybe re-sign James Daniels. He's probably going to be expensive though, so I don't know about that, but it's definitely a possibility to take offensive line with pick number 39. But I feel like with how not limited, but like how great the receiving talent is at the top of the draft, you probably want to get one of those over an old lineman, which you could get later in the draft or in free agency.
Mm-hmm.
So on the other side of the ball, I think from what I know about Eberflus, he had more of an aggressive style of play calling on defense. What do you think we're going to see on the defensive side, or how is that going to be different versus kind of what we're used to in the Bears defense over the past few years?
Yeah, so a lot more emphasis on turnovers, because I don't know if you guys knew, but like ever since 2018, the Colts are top 2 in the NFL in total turnovers. So they've been getting turnovers practically every single year. And ever since Vic Fangio left, we have been getting like pretty much no turnovers whatsoever. Like we're bottom 10 in the NFL in turnovers. So more emphasis on turning the ball over, like you mentioned, more aggressive defense. We're going to 4-3 now too. So more linebackers, and Robert Quinn and Khalil Mack, I think they're both staying unless they trade them. But if they're staying, they're probably going to be defensive ends now, where they originally thrived. So I think that's pretty good for Quinn and Mack. But the linebackers kind of have me worried, because we only have like Roquan as a really good one.
Yeah.
So switching from a 3-4 to a 4-3, I guess, again, dummy it down, but like, how is that going to be more beneficial to both Quinn and Mack? Or is it not going to be beneficial?
I think it's going to be beneficial, because they had defensive player of the year season. I don't know about Quinn, but Mack had a defensive player of the year season with Oakland while he was a defensive end. So pretty much it's just them with their hands in the dirt. I don't know exactly what else to say about that, but I think that just being closer to the quarterback and not having to be outside linebacker, they kind of had to learn that position right over the past few years, going back to where they originally played college ball and beginning of their career. I think it could work out for our pass rush.
If there's another immediate need that they're going to have to fill, it's got to be defensive back, right?
Yeah, it has to be. Like free safety, I think Eddie Jackson's probably staying, but like strong safety, we have nobody under contract really besides maybe Deion Bush. I'm not sure if he's under contract, but yeah, cornerback is definitely a big need, because we only have Jalen Johnson really locked in, and a good talent. And then Thomas Graham is kind of an unknown. He had a few good games down the stretch. Matt Nagy refused to play him last year, so we have no idea about Thomas Graham. So I could see the Bears like going big in free agency after cornerback, or maybe just drafting, a couple more, because we definitely need, more defensive backs.
Yep.
On that note, how about linebackers? Because obviously we have Roquan in the middle, but am I forgetting someone? Like we had Ogletree, and who else was one of our outside? Wasn't it Mack and Quinn?
Yeah, I mean, we had Trevathan, but he was like injured half the time. So.
Yes, thank you, Trevathan. Yeah, he was.
Poor guy's literally hurt all the time.
Yeah, dude, that's a big need too. That's why I feel like we don't have enough picks, enough cap space to fill in every single need this year. So that's why I don't see the Bears being like a Super Bowl team next year, right? Because we're gonna have to build this thing up over a couple years. I think we can be a playoff team for sure next year, and maybe if Aaron Rodgers leaves, like anything is possible in the division. So we could, maybe win the division if he leaves and we have a good offense. But otherwise, there's so many holes on this team where I don't think we're going to be a Super Bowl team until 2023, 2024, probably at the earliest.
You're saying potentially 2 years? Only 2 years? If somebody can guarantee a Bears playoff appearance in 2 years, I'd be like 6 to midnight.
Look at what the Bengals did, though.
Yeah, I think we can make the playoffs next year. Just being realistic, because our schedule too is really easy next year. We have the NFC East. We have a bunch of easy teams, and if our offense is anything improved, we should probably hopefully make the playoff 7th seed or something like that.
So what do you think is a realistic goal, or what's your prediction, I guess, for next season?
In terms of wins, anywhere from 8 would be nice. 8, 9, 10, 11 is probably way too optimistic. I know the Bengals freaking turn around their season, their entire franchise in 2 years. So I guess anything is possible. It's not very likely, but I'll say anywhere in that range. And also, I just want to see like progression from our offense from Justin Fields. So if like Justin Fields was having a great season and our offense is like top 10, top 15, I don't necessarily care about the wins that much, because then we're at least building towards something for the future, which is going to help us win a championship.
Right.
So I think that's the main thing.
I mean, that's kind of what I was hoping at towards the end of this year, the second half of this season, but pretty tough to do when you have Matt Nagy calling plays.
Yeah, I feel like next year is kind of Justin Fields' real rookie season. Not to say that this year doesn't count, but he was just screwed from the beginning, man, with like bad offensive line play, bad receiver play, bad play caller. So
yeah.
It really did seem like in the second half of the season when Fields was playing, it seemed awkward in the sense that Nagy's the one that's still in line to develop him for, the next 8 to 10 weeks or whatever the case is, fully knowing that he wasn't going to be there at the end of the season. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was really weird. I mean, that's kind of what I was happy that he didn't play that much this season.
Yeah. Right. It wasn't that bad.
Yeah. I wished back during the season, I wish he played the entire season, but now looking back on it, it was kind of a blessing in disguise, because you don't want that guy being
anywhere near your quarterback.
Yeah, anywhere near Matt
poison.
Nagy. So yeah, I mean, he only played like, I think how many, 9 games or something like that, like half the season, because he got injured a lot, and then beginning of the season he wasn't even a starter. So
yeah, I mean, you talk about Getsy calling downfield plays and taking shots deep. Like, I forget who the Bears were playing against when Nagy was out with COVID.
The Niners.
Yeah, was that the Niners? But it just seemed like they were running deep crossers. Like, he hit Mooney and Robinson like deep and across the field. He was getting out of the pocket a little bit. Like, he was really showcasing his skills. That game and the Steelers game, like, those both really showed me, like, you get the right play caller in here and you have him working with this guy for a full offseason, like, really had me thinking that Fields is special or the real deal.
I think he's special too. I mean, he had one of the best deep balls in the entire NFL last year. Like, I think he ranked like 3rd or 4th among all the quarterbacks. He didn't have many, attempts, obviously, so the sample size is kind of low. But back in college, he's a great deep ball passer, and NFL, he's a great deep ball passer too. The only thing he has to really work on is the short passing game. Taking the check down when he has to, stuff like that. Which I feel like it's easier to fix that than deep field accuracy.
Maybe getting rid of the ball quicker when he was feeling the pressure, because he did take a few sacks that he shouldn't have.
That's true too. But I mean, I also feel like Andy Dalton and Nick Foles, they also got sacked a bunch of times, even though they're veterans in this league. So I don't know. It's tough to say. Yeah.
What was your biggest takeaway from Justin Fields' rookie season?
That he has a lot of potential. Like, everything we saw in college was there pretty much, right? It's just that I felt like the scheme around him and the players around him weren't helping him whatsoever. And, probably the biggest thing he has to work on also is like his fumbling too. Like, he fumbled the ball way too many times. So
ball security, job security.
Yeah, ball security for sure. Less interceptions, less fumbles. If he can work on that, I think it's going to be a great quarterback, and definitely the best quarterback the Bears have ever had.
I love that. So real quick, I want to touch on Nagy. What was your favorite moment and least favorite moment from the Nagy era?
Oh God. So favorite moment, obviously 2018. I mean, that was hell of a season, man. I had so much fun back then, like the club dub and like stuff like that. I mean, he pretty much started club dub himself. So yeah. I mean, he won coach of the year then. So obviously that was my favorite moment. And then least favorite moment is probably game against the Browns this year or last year now. Like, that was the most.
Yeah, that was pathetic.
I was just disgusted the entire game. Like, I could not even, I think I tuned out after like the first quarter, because Justin Fields was just getting sacked nonstop, and there's nothing we can get going on the offensive side of the football. And that's kind of when I realized that, oh shit, this season also is not going to be fun, most likely, with Matt Nagy. So
the Bucks game was pretty demoralizing too.
Bucks game too. Yeah, that was pretty bad. So
I'll tell you, my least favorite was I've told them this before, but at halftime of the Packers game when they were winning, and they came out of halftime and he said, "We're having fun."
Yeah.
I knew from at that exact point, I was like, "We're fucked."
Yeah.
We're fucked. Like, how do you think Bill Belichick's going to say we're having fun? No,
he knew he was going to get fired soon. That's probably why he said it.
But it's like, dude, you look like such a dork. Like, come on. Real quick before we move on to the starting five, I got to ask. So, favorite Bears game you've ever been to, or favorite Bears game ever, I should say, if you haven't been to a game.
No, yeah, I went to the Vikings game in 2018, Sunday Night Football. where
That's a
Eddie
good game.
Jackson had that pick six. You guys remember that? Yeah. So yeah, definitely that game. That was a lot of fun. Like our offense didn't do that good that game, but defense was on point.
Yeah, I mean, shout out Nagy. Who's your favorite player of all time?
Like Bears.
Yeah.
Probably Devin Hester, because like growing up,
Good
that was,
answer.
like, my main guy for sure. So we never had good quarterbacks really, so I can't say a quarterback. Receivers.
I thought you were gonna say Rex Grossman.
Yeah, fuck Rex Grossman, man. He was the reason why we didn't win the Super Bowl that year. So
I know.
Well, speaking of good quarterbacks, Mitch or Jay, who'd you have?
probably Jay, just because as a pure athlete, as a pure, from a talent perspective, he was definitely more talented. But from like a leadership perspective, from like a likability standpoint, Mitch was obviously better. But Jay obviously had more success, with those offenses than Mitch did, I guess. So.
And then if the Bears had Mark Trustman and John Fox as their offensive and defensive coordinators, what would their record be?
Oh God. Like 2 wins, 3 wins, probably.
I would have set the total at maybe half a win.
Half a win, yeah. That's we could probably beat the Lions. I mean,
Yeah. And honestly, that's like our saving grace is that we're in the same division as the Lions.
That is why I'll say I don't mind that Eberflus that they went the defensive route for a head coach, because those Mark Trestman years have scarred me for sure.
Oh my God.
I mean, those were some of the worst Bears defenses you could imagine.
It's like bringing up Voldemort's name.
Yeah, right.
Back-to-back games against Packers and Patriots. That's
yeah.
That fun fact, that Packers game. Do you remember that game, Max? The Packers Bears on Sunday Night Football.
Yeah, it was like 35-zip at half, right?
42-0, but who's keeping score?
Yeah.
I tore my ACL that day. So to add insult to injury, that was then the week wasn't that the week before when they blew out the Patriots? Wasn't that when Lamar Houston celebrated and tore his ACL?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then a week later, I was talking so much shit about him. And then I went out, played flag football, and tore my ACL. I mean, karma. Max, you have anything else, or you want to jump into the starting five?
No, let's get into it.
All right. So starting five this week is just going to be Super Bowl moments. Obviously, there's only the Bears have only been in 2 Super Bowls, so we're going to expand it out to the other 55. But Rishab, you can start. So how this will go you, then Max, then me, then we'll snake it around until we all have 5 picks. So you can kick us off whenever you're ready.
Like best Super Bowl moment ever?
Your favorite Super Bowl moment ever.
Okay, well, I wasn't alive for the 85 Bears, so I can't say that. But Devin Hester opening kickoff for the Super Bowl 2006. I mean, there's nothing to say about that. We all know how good that was. So
yep.
15 years ago today.
Oh, really? Oh, wow. That's
cool. Makes it an even better first round.
There's this Twitter account. It's called On This Day in Chicago Sports. You should give it a follow. We asked this last pod, but what was your reaction when Hester returned that kick?
So I was like 7 years old, so I can't exactly remember, but I think I was going insane, and yeah, I remember my dad was like going crazy too. So we were all just celebrating. It was a lot of fun.
I can't imagine missing that kick.
Can you imagine being in the bathroom?
Max missed the opening kick because he was taking a crap.
No way. Oh my God. Shit, that sucks.
All right, Max, you're up.
No further comment. All right, I'm gonna go Santonio Holmes.
Ooh.
Salim's gonna like this one. Santonio Holmes catching that touchdown from Roethlisberger in the corner of the end zone. That was still one of the best catches I've ever seen.
Yeah, I don't know if it's going to be as good as my first pick here. David Tyree.
Oh, had that on my list.
The Giants' Pat Super Bowl was at 2007. Yeah, that was the season after the Bears and Colts went. Yeah. I mean, how crazy was that catch? Yeah. That was wild.
Crazy.
Let's see. I'm going to go, I'm a big Adam Vinatieri guy. I'm going to go his first, his kick against the Rams when they were 12.5-point underdogs in 2001 to win the Super Bowl, 2017.
You love Adam Vinatieri.
I would fucking love Adam Vinatieri.
What year was that?
It was 2001.
Okay, so it swings back to me, right? My pick.
Mm-hmm.
This is like the full story, I guess. It's not one moment, but it's from the same game, obviously. Seahawks throw the interception and Malcolm Butler at the 1 or 2 yard line. And then Marshawn Lynch walks back to the sideline just with a shit ass grin on his face, staring at Pete Carroll as he walks past him.
The best part of that was when they cut to Richard Sherman and his face was like, oh, I can't even. I mean, that's terrible.
Richard Sherman was like public enemy #1 that season. Like he was the
Yeah.
biggest villain in the league.
Yeah, he was a prick.
Yeah, I
He's a
couldn't
prick and a
stand him
half.
either.
All right, so Rishab, now you have 2 picks here.
So I would say the Patriots comeback against the Falcons. I guess that
Yeah.
last touchdown in overtime, like I literally cannot believe my eyes, like how they came back. So
Yeah,
definitely that.
yeah, that was phenomenal. And then your second pick.
Trying to think what else was really good. I'm probably missing stuff, but I guess a couple years ago in the what was it? Yeah, it was Chiefs and 49ers, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
And that overthrow by Jimmy G, like that pretty much ended his time. I mean, I know he stayed for a few more years, but that's when people like completely lost faith in Jimmy G. And that's the only reason why Patrick Mahomes has a Super Bowl right now. Without that, he would have 0 Super Bowls right now. So
Yeah, weren't they down 11? The Chiefs were down 11 with like 8 minutes left.
something like that, yeah.
Jesus.
Back all the way.
Jimmy G's made a lot of overthrows.
He's also made a lot of money.
Yes.
So I don't feel too bad.
No,
I
yeah.
don't feel bad at all. Max?
He's gonna get another job too. All right, I'm gonna go Nick Foles beating Tom Brady in the Super Bowl.
Just in general?
Yeah, I mean, just the whole game. Like, think about that right now in a vacuum. Nick Foles, Tom Brady, Super Bowl.
So could I still take the Philly special?
Yeah, sure.
Yes.
I mean, because you just can't take a monopoly on a game.
I want the
What
whole
is this?
game.
I'm gonna go, and I think this was 2012 halftime of 49ers Ravens when the lights went off.
Oh yeah.
It changed the whole momentum of the game, and the Niners almost came back to complete the comeback. They were down like 28-10 or 9 or something like that. It was crazy. It was in the Superdome.
Yeah. That was wild.
Max, he lost in the snake here.
Wait, I thought you were taking 2.
I did take 2. I took Philly special.
Oh, right.
Oh,
Okay. See, so almost confused too.
You guys
Yeah,
are
I
lost in the
didn't-
snake.
I didn't know
every
you were
week.
actually taking that for.
Oh, how would I not? Kidding me? Big Dick Nick. Honorary Bears are on and an honorary Super Bowl champion there.
All right, follow up from Foles beating Brady because I do recognize Brady's the GOAT. I'm gonna say Brady's first Super Bowl win. Start of a dynasty.
So I took that earlier. I mean, not that I didn't take the whole game. You're
Oh,
just
you took
taking
Adam
whole games.
Vinatieri.
Yeah, I know. You're taking whole games. That's a bold
Right.
strategy.
Mine is solely for Tom Brady. I want nothing to do with Vinatieri.
You're soft. All right, Rishab, your last 2.
All right. So can I go back to stuff that I haven't watched myself or?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
All right, then I guess I mean obviously 85 Bears before they won the Super Bowl, they had a Super Bowl shuffle. Literally
Oh,
saying
yeah.
they were gonna win the Super Bowl, made a music video out of it too, and they still went out there and fucking crushed I think the Patriots,
The
right?
Pats,
So-
yeah. We
yeah,
actually don't
so-
talk about that enough, how cocky that was. They fucking made a Super Bowl championship like dance 2 months before the Super Bowl.
It's wild, man. Absolutely wild. And then trying to think what else. 24. I mean, the big blowout, I guess, or maybe not oh yeah, Cam Newton, his failure to jump on the fumble. Like that was it's probably not a big moment, but I remember that like everyone was talking about that during that Super Bowl. Like that was the one play where he could have saved the game or at least kept the game going, and he didn't. And that's
He made a
that's
business
his career-
decision. Yeah.
Yeah, his career didn't even go anywhere after that. Like that was his last good season. So
Yeah, that's crazy. People always say, and I don't know how much truth there is to this, but they always say like after that point, his career, or maybe it just fucked his mentality up or his mind up, but he's obviously not been the same quarterback.
yeah, has to be.
Max?
All right, I'm gonna go. So, what was the actual name of this starting 5?
Oh, fuck. I don't want to tell you because I think you're going to take my answer
Super Bowl
here.
moments. I don't know.
Okay, well, I'm going Justin Timberlake
No, you son of a bitch.
and ripping Janet Jackson's shirt off.
God damn it.
Steal the draft, baby.
How did I know you were going to do that? God damn it.
I mean,
Oh.
that was. Think about how old were we? We were kids. Like
He might have been in like 4th grade or 5th grade.
Yeah,
That was the year before the Bears were in the Super Bowl.
It's like the most memorable Super Bowl moment of my childhood.
Yeah, seeing a little nip. That was sweet. Can you imagine if that happened today?
Can't wait till this gets tweeted out. I think I won this draft again.
I don't know. I wouldn't say you won this draft at all. You're picking games. It's supposed to be moments.
We'll let the people decide.
I mean, you're not even. You're thinking macroeconomically. We're going microeconomically here. Shit. I was so set on picking that one. Moments. You know, I'll go halftime too. I'm gonna go. Was it last year? Was it the weekend last year or 2 years ago when he was like, you know, flying around like a crackhead? I don't know. He looked crazy. I'm gonna go weekends halftime.
What a terrible pick.
Shut up.
That's your mini bean burrito of this draft, bro.
It was memeable on Twitter.
I had sniped you and you had nothing ready.
No, I didn't. I honestly didn't. Oh no, fuck that. I got a different one. Antoine Randall-L's pass to Hines Ward in that Seahawks Super Bowl. I was just watching that documentary yesterday. There's my pick. The weekend's my honorable mention.
Randall-L.
Honorable mention.
What's up?
Who Randall-L throw?
Antoine Randall-L passed to Hines Ward.
Hey, aren't you a Steelers fan?
Dude, that was how many years ago?
He says he is.
16. What would you say, Max?
I was going to say an honorable mention from that Steelers Cardinals Super Bowl. Larry Fitzgerald catching that pass over the middle and then just splitting the safeties and scoring like a 40-yard touchdown.
I love when NFL Network just plays old Super Bowls. And it's, you don't have to sit through like the 40 seconds between plays. It's just rapid fire. Oh, it's like porn.
Mm-hmm.
Rishab, any honorable mentions for you?
Probably you guys remember forgot what year it was, but Katy Perry's halftime show when she had the sharks out.
Yeah.
The entire thing with the left shark, that was pretty funny.
I think that was Pat Seahawks. Yeah.
One more honorable mention for me is the Bills Chiefs game this year in the playoffs. That counts as another Super Bowl in my book.
Yeah, it was pretty much Super Bowl. All right, Rishab, can you drop your handle really quick and then we'll let you get on your way?
Yeah, sure. At DWC Prods if you want to follow me on Twitter, and then on YouTube, just look up the Windy City Productions. So
perfect. Sounds good. Well, Rishab, thank you so much for coming on. We appreciate it. You're a recurring guest now, so you have to come on whenever we ask.
Sounds good.
So you don't really have a choice, but we'll have you come on around the draft or maybe a little after that. Sound good?
Sounds good. Yeah. Thanks for having me on.
Yeah. Thanks, man. Bear down.
All right, man.
Appreciate
Thanks
it.
for coming on.